What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global here, back with another video. And in this one, we got some rumors floating around. Now, these are very raw. Take this with a grain of salt, but something that also would make a ton of sense and wouldn't surprise any of us. By the title, you can tell that there are rumors going around that the Houston Texans have reached out to the New England Patriots in regards to quarterback Jarrett Stidham, and this is coming from CJ Golson, and I believe I am saying that last name right. Before we get into this one, though, make sure you guys leave a big like on this video and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as we get through this video. It would mean a lot to me, along with hitting that subscribe button for all of your New England Patriots news if you haven't already, and maybe share it with some of your friends or family or whatnot. Guys, I have covered the New England Patriots from top to bottom over the last few years. So, if you want to know about the New England Patriots now, if you want to know about the Patriots a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, if you're new to the, Patriots organization, you're new to the fan base, first off, welcome. We're super happy and hyped to have you here. But if you're like, I just don't really know much about the Patriots, what's going on, the past of the team, go ahead and check my channel out. I have everything covered. I promise you, you will be up to date. Now, this is something that would make some sense for the Houston Texans, but wouldn't make also all of the sense in the world. Now, obviously, the big situation there is quarterback currently with the Houston Texans. They lost a lot of pieces. From top to bottom, they've lost a lot of pieces. The biggest bright, shining spot is their quarterback, Deshaun Watson. Allegations come out about him and some of the girls, and from what we're understanding, that is finally coming to an end and they are resolving it. We still don't know, though, what's going to happen with him. Is he going to be able to play in 2021? Are the Houston Texans going to keep him? Is he going to serve a suspension? There's a lot of question marks still around Deshaun Watson, and obviously the team isn't going to go the route of, well, let's wait to see if he can play or not, and then, try to find some depth behind him if he can't. So, behind Deshaun Watson, though, they have some notable names. They definitely picked up two guys, though, in this past year's draft. Now, they picked up Tyrod Taylor, who, if Deshaun Watson doesn't play, Tyrod Taylor's probably your best bet, because he is right now your second-string quarterback. He has a lot of experience in the NFL. He was a starting quarterback at once. I believe this is his third team that he is with, versus two rookie quarterbacks that they selected in the 2021 draft. They got Davis Mills, and then I believe Ryan Finley, they also picked him up. I believe that he was a UDFA signing. So one of the biggest things to note here is that if a trade for Jarrett Stidham did occur, that would mean that right now they would have 5 total quarterbacks on this roster. If Deshaun Watson couldn't play, then that would be cut down to about 4. Now, I could definitely see the potential level of interest in Jarrett Stidham, and I could see potentially why they'd want to trade for him. Now, the Patriots are in a tough situation because they added Brian Hoyer, you drafted Mac Jones, you still have Cam Newton. They're very likely not going to roll in with 4 quarterbacks in the 2021 season. Now, maybe if the NFL extends the roster amount like they've been talking about, then potentially it's a discussion point. But as of right now, they haven't, so there's no point in talking about it, and they're definitely not going to roll with 4. I could definitely see them rolling with 3, and I believe they will roll with 3, but 4, I just don't see it happening. And I believe that, to be completely honest with you, Jarrett Stidham, unfortunately, would be the odd man out because Cam Newton, obviously, he's still fighting for that starting job. Then you have Mac Jones, you just drafted, he's not going anywhere. And then Brian Hoyer is going to be that mentoring role for Mac Jones, and that's something Jarrett Stidham just is not able to do. That makes him the odd man out in this situation. Now, I do believe that the Patriots organization, Belichick, the coaching staff, they do still really like Jarrett Stidham. I don't think that they want to, completely give up on him just yet, even though they did draft Mac Jones. But I believe that, they want to get him back on the practice squad. Again, I don't see him rolling with 4 quarterbacks. I think that they're perfect scenarios. They let him go and they hope that nobody picks him up. Then they're able to stash him on the practice squad. But to be completely honest with you, I really could see another team kind of having him as their second to third string quarterback on their active roster and stealing him from the Patriots. Let's keep in mind that he was a former 4th round pick just back in the 2019 season. And he spent the last couple of years with the Patriots. He was learning from Tom Brady. Like, that holds a lot of weight in the NFL. I do ultimately believe that Tyrod Taylor for the Texans, if I'm the Houston Texans organization, the front office, Tyrod Taylor's still going to be your best bet. I don't see, even if you make a trade for Jarrett Stidham, that he comes in as your immediate starting quarterback. I don't think that he's the best option to be your starting quarterback, but maybe that second string guy. Like for me, if Deshaun Watson's in a situation where he can't play, then it would be Tyrod Taylor as your number one guy, Jarrett Stidham as your number two, and then you're kind of going between Davis Mills and Ryan Finley, but Davis Mills is probably going to be that third guy because he was actually drafted. If this did happen, I believe that for the Houston Texans, it would be an open camp between all of these guys, and the best guy ultimately for how they're performing in the offseason would get the job. Like, just because Tyrod Taylor's that second string guy and has more weight to his name doesn't mean he'd immediately get it. It's whoever plays the best. But I believe that also the Houston Texans are looking more so for a trade rather than waiting for him to drop because, look, they want to make sure that they have the rights to Jarrett Stidham. They don't want, the Patriots to offer Jarrett Stidham a good amount of money and Jarrett Stidham to be like, I want to stay with the Patriots, and he stays in New England and on the practice squad or whatnot, or another team signs him. So that's why it could potentially make sense. Let's also keep in mind that Jarrett Stidham is familiar with some of the guys on the Houston Texans' current team. They have Marcus Cannon, former Patriot, right? They have Ryan Israel, the tight end. They have Dante Moncrief. These are guys that Jarrett Stidham has already built up a relationship with, which is something that none of these other quarterbacks can say the same thing about. Now, from the New England Patriots standpoint, their point of view on this one, you have to start considering what you're going to do at the quarterback position. Like I said, I firmly believe in a perfect world, they would like to keep Jarrett Stidham for the offseason. I think they want to continue to see him develop, and then once they reach the crossing points, then they get there. Say what you want about Jarrett Stidham as a player, kind of how he's developed. We've seen some good points from him, some good starting points and developmental points, and then we've seen some not really good developmental points either. But Jarrett Stidham off the field has been a tremendous guy. He's a guy that is great or I can't really say on the field as a player necessarily. He's not terrible, but definitely not a great player, at least high-end starting caliber. But a great guy in the locker room, off the field. The last two seasons, or two off seasons rather, this off season and last off season, he is the guy that has put together throwing sessions for the Patriots' current receivers and old receivers to be able to build chemistry. The off-season throwing sessions that happened in California with Kendrick Bourne, Matt Lacoste, Hunter Henry, Jacoby Myers, just all of these guys, this was brought together by Jarrett Stidham. He's building these connections between the players, and that's all on him. That's something that Belichick's not doing. That's something Cam Newton's not doing. It is all on Stidham. And I also feel like a lot of people got a pass kind of for how they were performing and their developmental kind of sidetrack and kind of just road bump this past year because of the whole pandemic. And I mean, that was Jarrett Stidham's second offseason. He only had one regular offseason, so just like everybody else, he was thrown into that bad situation where he didn't really get much of a chance this past year in the offseason, that is. And also, let's keep in mind he was also dealing with some injuries. Am I saying that we're going to see some big flash from Jarrett Stidham and that he is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league? No, I don't think it's going to happen. He showed some flashes, but I just think ball placement is a very, very big issue for him, which is why he's struggling so bad at times and why he throws a lot of, I guess what you would call bad balls. Just plays that the defense could capitalize on. But I do think that now the off-season is back. Preseason, training camp, minicamp, all that. I think his development will start to get better. It will start to resume, and I think that he will be a better quarterback, than we were able to see when he was thrown into a game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Again, I think the Patriots want to see what they have with everybody right now, but in the end, they drafted Mac Jones in the first. Mac Jones is the future. It's not likely going to be Jarrett Stidham. So the Patriots might be at a position where they're like, well, if we're offered maybe a 5th, 6th round pick, maybe we take it because we might have to just cut Jarrett Stidham anyway. But guys, before we end this video off, I do want to quickly talk about the sponsors of this video, BetOnline.ag. Now, BetOnline has the fastest and the easiest ways to bet on all of your sports action. Football might be over, but NBA, college basketball, and the NHL are still in full swing. BetOnline even covers awards, TV shows, and reality TV with real-time updated odds and props on almost anything you can imagine. BetOnline also has you covered for all of the news, scores, and odds, and it's the best way to place your bets, and it's completely free to sign up. All you guys got to do is head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. Don't sit on the sidelines anymore. Get in with the action. Don't forget to use that promo code CLNS50 to receive a 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. Guys, rumors are circulating between the Houston Texans reaching out to the Patriots. Nothing official has been said, or even if the Patriots will be willing to ship him off. But what are your thoughts on these rumors? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to leave a big like on this video. Subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. But like always, appreciate you guys for watching. Catch you in the next one.